Today's episode is sponsored by Baker's Russ.
Chomi, these new Baker's Russ are so scrumptious. Do you know what this Mari biscuit flavor actually reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I used to go to aftercare literally every single day after school, and they always had Mari biscuits. We used to have them every afternoon. We loved them so much. So this is taking me back to the good old days.
That's so real, Chomi, because we all grew up on that biscuit. I feel the exact same way about the Baker's Nutty Crust Rusk flavor. I used to love the biscuit growing up. Like, it was easily my favorite biscuit. I'd even had it from my cousins because I wanted it all to myself.
Real.
And now I get it in a rusk. It's such a nostalgic feeling.
How do you actually normally like having your Russ? Are you a dunker like me, or do you like eating them just like straight out of the packets?
I'm definitely a dunker, Chomi. I like it soft, smooth, tasty, you know?
I feel that's the best way to have it, because I'm also a dunker. I love a good little coffee or tea mixture with your
Warm
Russ.
beverage, you know?
It always eats. But tell me, which one is your favorite flavor, and what do you actually think of them?
My favorite flavor, as much as I love the Nutty Crust flavor, it has to be the Mari biscuit flavor. It's a childhood go-to, and in a rusk form.
10-10 chef's kiss. I would say I love the ginger vibe that the Nutty Crust gives. Really, really love that. However, unfortunately, Mari biscuit will always have my heart. I'm a Mari biscuit girl through and through. So if you're looking for that classic baker's taste that we all know and love in a rusk form, you definitely want to try out their new flavors.
And it's the perfect go-to snack for your Puss Wednesdays.
Hey guys, I'm Zama.
And I'm Lanzi, and welcome to
Because We Said So.
Another Wednesday, another episode.
Another banger.
Girls meeting, girls in the cave
Girls
meeting.
and girls that get
I love
meeting
that.
well underway.
Wednesday, 12 o'clock, figure going meeting.
Exactly.
Well, if you can.
If you can, we will forgive you if you can't. However, please be here at 12 o'clock, guys, on Wednesdays. But
People are working.
people are working. We'll allow you grace.
And
But if you
Ole.
can be
Be
here.
here or be square.
Oh, be square. Otherwise,
Joey, you know how I am.
guys,
You actually know.
we are right off the back of our Durban crisscross. We had
That
the
fish
time
from Durban.
of our little black lives. Shout out to Mbru. Shout out to Ayanda. You guys.
Congratulations, Queen.
Congratulations, Chris. You guys ate that. It was literally my first time being to a Zulu, like, proper traditional ceremony. So that was really fun, interesting.
It really was, especially with friends.
Especially with friends. Also, specifically, I've never been to a queer wedding before. Like, that was
Also,
my first time.
it will probably be my last at this point because
Exactly.
what are the odds?
Exactly.
I
So
know.
shout out to you guys, because I feel like I learned so much also just about the process of Membeso in the Zulu culture. Although I don't think it's that
And-
different from
Well, no, you might have to learn because some it's
Damn. And I might have to fundia.
You might have to learn. I hope you were paying attention.
Don't worry, I've got my eye on the prize.
Good, Joey. But like, Zam and I are still recovering. I feel like I was in Durban yesterday. Like, it's Thursday today. We came back Monday. The Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday doesn't even count to me.
It didn't count because the whole of
Tuesday.
Tuesday we were just recovering. You guys are better because on Monday, where were we? Kings, Kralzola. You have blood on your hands, Queen. Do you know that?
We landed or Tambo. They were like, they're going to King's Cross. I said, enjoy, sweetie pies.
Zola has blood on her hands wherever she is. I hope she hears me. She has blood on her hands. Then Tuesday, I had to show Napanzi the whole day because I couldn't.
I was
breathe.
panty.
Literally.
I was so
Wednesday, I had to actually push because I had to,
I had to work.
But I actually did not have a choice. But today, guys, we were saying that we can't believe that it is so close to the weekend again. Like, it was the weekend quite literally 5 seconds ago.
I was drunk 2 days ago.
Like
2 days ago, being taggy.
This is crazy.
What the hell?
What the hell?
And also, guys, when you're 27 plus, recovery,
It's not
very,
easy.
very tricky. Like, it's no matter what you do, the activated charcoals, the green juices, eating, whatever you do,
The body.
the body,
bones.
amatambo,
Amatambo,
Are we-
Zimba are so weak. And even with that activated chocolate thing, we actually didn't even end up taking it the whole time. I bought it for fun, really and truly.
Literally, that tab.
We took it
was
one night,
decoration.
literally.
And
All
we
the
took
other
it on
nights,
the one night that was kind of calm.
I think it was the first night. And that night was so
it was calm.
relaxed.
The other nights were big, and we
needed
decided to no.
First game Nagi, I should have taken that, specifically that Sunday night. Oh, I should have taken it. But you know what?
We had a really good time.
is.
Shout
We
out
had
to
fun.
Brew. Shout out
Shout
to the
out.
newlyweds. Next time, it's going to be us.
Yes, and next time, guys, this meme, like, we will attend
Like,
your wedding.
We looked so good. I was in my closet attire.
Yeah.
Give me, man.
Invite us, guys. We will be there.
Be there or be square.
Or be square.
Getting into pop culture this week. Pop culture this week was a little bit calm. Nothing too crazy has happened this week. First and foremost, Nonku and Jojo. Joku.
Joku.
Nonku decided to pen a message to us, I guess, and Jojo to kind of address the situation. I'm going to read out a little bit of it, just so we have a little bit of context. I'm not going to read the whole thing because she had a lot to say. Fair. So she said, Jojo and I have shared many heartfelt conversations, both on and off camera, and she knows that our journey has been filled with love, laughter, and real connection. But my spiritual walk has simply led me into a season where I hold some things closer, and I'm still learning how to express that without causing hurts. Jojo brings out a playful and childlike side of me. Our friendship has brought joy, laughter, but being friends on a reality show comes with its own challenges. Yes, a lot has been done for the show and for the gram, and I know many of you will relate that it can be draining.
She can also be draining, though.
She can, though. And I read it the right way, I think. And as I grow spiritually, I've realized that I no longer want every moment captured or posted online real. I want to show Jojo and everyone who's been following our story that my love and appreciation for her as a sister and friend have never wavered. I'm deeply grateful for the years we've shared. Every friendship has its seasons, lessons, and growing pains, and I truly hope we can move forward from this with grace. I trust that Jojo knows my heart. Then obviously she's just saying that she's reached out to her for them to meet up and talk about it.
Meet up.
What are your thoughts, Chomi, on...
I don't know. You know what? I feel like there's a part of me that feels like Nonku's just trying to save face because she knows that she looks really bad.
Same.
And all those things of like her saying what she had essentially said when she was saying that her and Jojo's friendship was just for the gram.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's trying to save face because she said what she said and she meant what she said. I feel like in that moment. So I feel like now you're just trying to backpedal, and I can see where you're going with this one. And I feel like she knows for a fact that Jojo has a soft spot for her. If I was giving advice to Jojo, I'd be like, Jojo,
don't
sweetie,
do it.
Wake up out of your seat.
I know she's going to fold, but I really don't want her to fold.
Yeah.
Because this whole situation's like you said, Nonku saving face, especially because that clip of her saying what they do for the show was a BTS clip. It wasn't even a scene where they were talking and then they just cut the part out. It was a BTS, like, it wasn't supposed to be on the show, but the reunion decided to show it. Meaning you were saying it in a vulnerable moment.
Yeah.
To Sorisha and Londi, who don't even care about you.
They don't
really.
care. Especially about this
said
friendship.
It so easily about this. You threw her under the bus for two people who don't really care about you.
Yeah.
So I feel like Jojo needs to not forget that. Right now, she's saving face because of all the... She's getting cooked.
She's getting backlash left, right, center.
And Nonku likes... She likes how she looks, how she's perceived at the end of the day. So she's trying to protect that. I'm just worried about Jojo's heart at the end of the day.
Same. I feel like she needs to protect her heart, and I hope the people that she has in her life, Obo, Bupe, and
Bupe, stand down.
lead her in the right direction. Because yes, of course, they can't tell her what to do, but at the same time, just be there to be like, girl, you are so much better than this. Like, you're better than how this person is treating you. You shouldn't let yourself be treated like
and
this.
And like what we said in our friendship episode where we were like, when you see that red flag, believers, because it's going to become a deeper red as the times go by. And there's no way, sorry to say, there's no way that if they become friends again, this is the last bad thing Nonku's going to do to her. No, it's not. She's going to do something else to her, Jojo. So I feel like, Jojo, if you can hear us somewhere, please, Queen, don't do it.
Maybe we need to have Jojo on the show one of these days, in fact, actually. Jojo!
Pick up the phone,
Pick
baby.
up the phone, baby. But also, I wanted to say that I feel like Nonku is kind of taking the fact that she's going to be off the show and feeling like it's going to change her as a person. She's going to become this magical new person because she's not going to be on the show anymore. And I feel like she's negating the fact that the problems that you are displaying are fundamental. It's just highlighting, the show is just highlighting them.
Yes.
Now we can all see them in 3D, in 4K.
Literally.
It doesn't mean because you're not going to be on the show that you're going
to be a perfect person
exactly.
now. And also, I'm not like discrediting her spiritual journey, but also that also won't take away your behavior and your character. You have to make those actual changes and actually be a good person. Real Housewives of Durban wasn't the reason you're a bad person.
Yes.
I remember the time I met Nonku and she was like, I'm not who I am on the show, so let's not even acknowledge that. I'm like, I can't, sweetie. Like,
I have to
acknowledge it because you're kind of insane on the show.
Reality TV, you don't have to act like someone you're not if you don't want to.
You could have just been a normal person. But I mean, you make for good TV, so...
Yeah, true.
We
don't hate watching it. However, is it toxic and do I feel bad for the people that are having to deal with it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I think you need some work. You got some work to do? Yes, Queen, but you know what?
We all do. So real.
All the best to you, Jojo. Literally. However, wow. Then we're going to move on to the new season of Basketball Wives LA. I don't know if you guys are watching it. I don't know if people still watch it, but I watched it last season. This season, I've been watching it here and there, but I haven't been on it because Love Island had me in a chokehold. But this past episode was a little bit of a big one, explosion. So you guys know the OG, Jackie Christie, another Nonku. She's so sick, but makes for good TV. Jackie, her daughter, what's her name again? Chantal, her daughter, Chantal. They've been having a little bit of a bicker, right, on the show where basically Chantal's been trying to sit Jackie down to have a conversation and solve the issues that they have. And then last week, one thing led to another and it became a physical altercation where Jackie said, "Pa," on the cheek. And Bandla, at the end of the day, you guys are mom and daughter, right? But I want to start this off by saying, because obviously some people are saying she's wrong, the daughter's wrong. And then a few people are saying Jackie's wrong. Like, obviously opinions are all over the place. To me, right, I think because I've experienced a friend who's experienced a toxic mom, guys, this is a reality show and they are going to show you what they want you to see. And so, in a way, it does lean towards, justice for Jackie, but in the same breath, toxic moms, the things that they say to you, for them to get to that point. Oh, Chris, I keep forgetting her name.
Chantal.
Chantal didn't get there by herself, right?
Yeah.
And as the child, you kind of lead me to a certain place. If you're a toxic mom, I'm reacting based on how you've treated me all these years. Now that I'm snapping and I'm reacting, it's now, but she shouldn't be saying this or she shouldn't be doing this. But for us to get to this point is because my mom is toxic and sick in the first place. So yes, she is wrong to some certain extent, but I'm still on the side of Jackie is a mom at the end of the day. Your child looks to you. You the toxic one. So if you set the foundation for toxicity, I'm going to work with what you've given me.
At the same time, though, yes, I do believe that Jackie's sick. She's been sick since she got on the show.
Season one.
She's been sick from the jump. But there was an episode in one of these seasons where they had to sit down, the three of them. They mediated it. They sorted it out. Everyone said they're good.
Yeah.
Clearly that situation or whatever they didn't help because they got to where they were today.
Yeah.
Mine is to say that I don't understand why, I guess, that Chantal, it looks like she came onto the show with the MO to want to fight with her mom.
Yes,
I don't know why she want to do that on the show because it felt like the whole season she was kind of antagonizing her. And her mom kept being like, I'm not doing that. I'm not beating you up on the show. Like, I'm not going to take it there with you on the show. And it felt like Chantal she was trying to provoke.
Trying to get a reaction.
I don't know if she was just trying to show people, kind of like the Jackie that she experiences behind closed doors, doors that we haven't seen, or if it was a situation of she just like couldn't let up in terms of she was being gassed by Brittany and the other girls to do what she did. Because I was also really confused by it because it just felt like every single time she was trying to like have those hectic conversations where it was getting heated, Jackie would kind of shut it down. And I got why she was doing that, only in the sense that she was on a thing of we're mother and daughter, so we're not gonna physically have an altercation on here. If we've done that, we can do that in PVT. For us to do on the show in front of these women first, number two, in front of the whole world is sick.
It's not going to happen.
It is sick, but at the same time, I do understand that Jackie does seem like a very, very toxic mom. And I'm sure Chantal was maybe coming from the place of, I want to see what I've been experiencing my whole life. Like I want people to see, because she puts off this persona as she's one person, whereas in real life, she is sick.
Yes.
So I understand both POVs,
yeah.
but yeah, I think it was Chantal's like crying for help. She's having like a cry for help. Did she go about it the right way? No, because even with that altercation, Chantal is the one that pushed Jackie first.
Yes.
I'm shy.
Yes.
I think it was like provocation. You keep fucking texting. And at the end of the day, I am your mom.
Jackie was like,
I even said, leave my room so that we don't have to do this. You pushing me.
I wasn't going to react. And also, Jackie's been calm
say.
for so long. She had to snap
She
at some
had
point.
to snap. She's also a person. You get what I'm saying?
On Chantal's side, I feel like she's trying to, whatever Jackie she's experiencing at home, behind closed doors, she's trying to bring that.
Yeah, that's exactly what she was
to the camera.
That's what
I'm like, it's looking very bad on her parts more than on Jackie's part.
And I hope when she watches it back, she's able to kind of see how it looks like. Because even I saw Mingli, who's another castmate, she had posted that, because obviously Chantal went and told everyone that, oh my gosh, she laid her hands on me. And I'm like, Chantal, are we being truly honest? Because that's not what it looks like.
What happened.
That is not what it looks like. So are you being honest with them? And obviously they all took her side and they were saying such mean things about Jackie, whatever. Now they're looking back and they're like, damn, I didn't see that you're the one who actually
now they're all posting
first.
on their stories saying,
now you're retracting your
Jackie.
statements. So Ingaske also in Durban and Jackie did say this. She was
family.
Like, Jackie did say this to the women. Uguti, like, guys, don't get in this thing because this has to do with me and my daughter. So don't try to fagaz. And Evelyn is the queen of being in people's business. She keeps trying to instigate that. And I'm like, why would you want to instigate beef between a man
and a mom?
Why would you want to do that?
She just wants relevance on the show, though, which I mean,
it's so lame. So I'm just like, I don't know, like, I don't know. This season of Bustle Wives is very weird to me because I just like the fact that is a very.
I don't like that
really
a family thing is used as a storyline. Like, because having a relationship like that with your mom must not be nice. And then on top of that, Jackie's like, because she's favored to some certain extent, as much as she's sick, it's almost like she's trying to fight for people to understand her, but with a mom who's a fave. Does that make sense? So it's like no one's really hearing her out because it's like Team Jackie at the end of the day. But then you also look bad now because
she looks
you
bad.
lied about it.
She shouldn't have done it.
It's so messy, but I can't imagine having a relationship like that with your mom. So I can understand that her emotions are all over the place. And she seems very resentful. Like, once you're resentful to your mom or your parents, it comes out in very ugly ways. So I think she
even came on the show to do this. It even seems like she came on just to show us this.
Because she's like, I hate her so much. I want us to all hate her. And I want you guys to see her for what she is. So, sorry.
But it didn't eat, unfortunately.
And it did not eat.
Did not bang.
Lastly, bring it back to Mzansi. Would this be pop culture? But not really, but just hot take.
Yeah.
So this week, there was a missing flyer of this girl. What's her name? Onalina. There was a poster saying she's missing. And then Chigi, she comes onto her stories to say, guys, I'm not missing. Never me. Why would I be missing? I just needed a break from home, like Ngirati pushing P. Guys, let's be guided. Especially in South Africa, like
where people are
actually missing, people die, women are murdered, raped, all that stuff.
And for you to come and trivialize something you haven't been home in 3 weeks, you are missing to your parents.
Whether you like to believe
it or not, like you missing to them.
And then you have the nerve to be like, oh, come on, like why would I be missing?
Come on,
then really text your parents in the 3 weeks or text someone.
Yeah.
But for you to fall off the face of the earth and come back and act like people were being dramatic for saying you're missing.
Yeah.
It's very taunting.
I'll never forget, this has happened on Twitter like a couple years back with another girl. This exact same situation where you're just like, why are you guys looking for me? And it's like, girl, don't be crazy because we live in South Africa where you could very well be missing. You could be shona pansied. Anything could have happened to you. Like, we literally don't know what could happen to you. So your people being worried about you is so fair. And she's so young. She's 16. The night before school starts, when you are... No, like let's also be guided as young women. Let's as well.
Yes.
And as much as we're not blaming young women for the going missing and the high murder rates, all that. It's not our fault, yes, but also and do what we can to stay safe and do what we can to not create unnecessary unnecessary fear and unnecessary panic in our family. Like, it's a very real fear.
You deciding to go off with your friends and have a fun to do whatever you guys were doing. Good and all, you're 60. Do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, but stay safe.
Don't do that.
But
I'll tell
stay
you
safe though. But like, you not saying anything to anyone in your family or whatever, you can't be shocked when they post a missing poster. Like, that can't be the part that you're whining about. You were supposed to at least communicate.
Yeah, and it is a slap in the face.
Like,
for you to
if you're going to rebel, but like, communicate. And it's not such Zula at 16. I used to go out, do my thing, but like, I would let my family know.
But besides for
I'm out.
Zula, do you think she was gone for 3 weeks? We were
kind of sick, yeah.
For 3 weeks.
No, 3 weeks
in my life. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's be so guided. No one says don't go out and hang out with your friends, but go home.
Yes.
Normalize.
Now, we don't want to get to a point where when people are missing, now we're like, is she missing? Maybe she's just grieving. Like, we take it seriously for a reason, especially because of the nature of the femicide in South Africa. So we can't get to a point where we're doubting I'm a missing poster because
can't.
there's people like you who don't communicate. Actually, I just decided to get a break from you guys because
Yeah, and even if it's a situation where you're in an abusive place, do what you need to do to let someone else in your life know that, listen, this is what I'm going through at home, so that people don't circulate such posters.
True. Because maybe you are in a situation at home where you're like, get right, man.
Yeah.
But speak to somebody. But if you're going to be completely quiet, of course people are going to worry.
But also that video didn't give like at home, man.
Me.
It gave.
I
wanted to shake my tail feather and they said no. So I said, I'm out of here.
And that's you're in high school, so you get paid.
There's so much life to live. Like, there's so much time for
take it from us.
And
there's
alcohol. There is so much time. Yes, and stuff when we're younger.
Not for 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh, there's so much time to do that. Like, chill.
Not 3 weeks away from
exactly. And also, you're 16. 16 go to university and stuff. Just hold on a little while
so
longer.
free.
Like, hold on a little while longer, please. Anyways, guys, we're going to move on to our topic of the week. We have come to that epi where we're going to speak about our relationship with our finances throughout our 20s. Money. Yeah, that is what we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to kick this off by talking about how our relationships were with money growing up in the home. How was money spoken about? What was your relationship with money? Was it something you guys talked about at all? If you did, what was the vibe?
I feel like Zam and I have spoken about this before, by the way. With me growing up, because I grew up with a single mom, the world was my oyster. So like, there was money all the time for everything because I don't have to share with nobody. It's the two of us. So money to me, I'd say up until high school, I regarded myself as kind of like a rich kid, if I can say. Anything I wanted. Sweet 16, literally.
You're gonna
class. Mom and I would be buying groceries and we'd go to CNA, for example, to buy pens. If I saw a cell phone in those little windows, she'd buy it for me.
I need it.
Like, that's how it was, right? Then we got to high school and the dynamic kind of shifted, right? Where mom got more strict and she got more, you're becoming a spoiled brat. I'll never forget, there was a time we were at my cousin's house and I said the most spoiled brat thing. I just can't remember what I said, but I think I said something like, you don't have it and I have it. So, loser. So I think my mom was like walking past the bedroom. She pulled me aside and she was
Let that be the last.
Don't you ever speak like that to anyone, but especially your family member like that. I don't do nice things for you to go around showing off and flexing and all that stuff. It's to make you happy, but don't think you're better than everyone else, right? Yeah. So after that, she said, wah, wah, wah. And I became very humble bubble.
Not humble bumble. Humble bumble.
Humble bumble. Not like in a bad way, but like became very aware of what money is. And oh my God, when mom was buying this was actually kind of insane. Like for her to buy me this much. Or also in high school, you more privy to people's backgrounds and where they come from and all that stuff.
Because you more.
Yes. So now I'm like seeing how everyone else is and I'm like, damn, like my life wasn't normal. Like it's not the normal living.
Yeah.
I definitely was spoiled and mom did well by humbling me now because now I can speak to people and not feel like I'm rich or not judge people for like what shoes they have or the fact that they're not shopping twice a month or it's normal. Do you know what I mean? So I think that part of the transition was my favorite part where I started to be very privy of what money is. So we did speak about money. It was a very normal topic, especially because my mom and I only had each other. So she has to be transparent to be like, this is how the finances are looking. This is what we're doing this month. And so it was a very open conversation. But I had both the spoiled, oh my God, life is great. And the, okay, this is how money works. Yeah. We respect imali. It doesn't just come from trees. Yeah. My mom works very hard as a single woman. I need to respect that. I need to earn certain things. Do well at school, etc. So that's how money was in the Beninging.
In the Beninging.
Yeah.
I would say for me, it was more like, so my mom's also a single mom, but there's 3 of us at home. So money was a topic of conversation a lot because also like, our school fees were expensive. She had to pay for 3 school fees at the same time. Uniforms, whatever we needed at school. And because our school was it was like private school, like they need a lot of things from you. It's not just the school fees. Now you need to go on a school trip, you need money. Now you need to do this.
You need to buy this.
Now you need to buy lunches, you need money. Now everything eating your money. Outside of
times 3.
It's times 3 of everything.
Shout out to your mom.
So at that stage, money was a big conversation. Like we were very like cognizant of money. We were very much like don't ask me for some outlandish shit because you're not going to get a queen. Like, and you know this. What we needed, we had. What we wanted, a lot of the time we had to earn. So, for example, like if you want to get a new cell phone, what are you going to do that's going to make you earn that cell phone? That was more so like a bargaining situation, us getting new like stuff. Obviously, we'd go like shopping for Christmas or whatever the case is. But when it came to like things like stuff, it was more so like that. But my mom also was a big like saver. Like she was very big on us saving. She opened bank accounts for us very early to be like, whatever little pocket money you get, even with piggy banks, like we had piggy banks, when you get like a little bit of change, with piggy bank, if you, whatever the case is, like whatever opportunity you have to save, be saving. So I feel like that is something also that was instilled in me from quite young. So I was never like a person who was very frivolous with money, I feel like in high school, because one, I didn't have a lot of it, and two, like I was just very mindful. Like even if I would get like a 10 rand, I'm like, okay, my 10 rand, what am I going to do? How am I going to budget in my 10 rand? I'm going to take my 5 rand, I'm going to eat it, 2 rand, I'm going to, like that's always how I was thinking, like all the time.
That was never the case with me.
Really?
I don't really like to. And actually, now that you say that, I'm remembering, as much as my mom was a single mom, I still had my dad, right?
Yeah.
But he was in Joburg, I was in Durban, right? So he would send me pocket money every month. And then he took care of like the cell phone contracts and like buying clothes maybe every 3 months. And then there's my mom's pocket money as well. So I'm balling.
You were balling out of control.
And because again, I'm the only child, I don't have to share with nobody. I'm like, I never had this. I had like a parrot's pilot in my life.
Not the parrot being
usually, but I never had to pick nothing. So for me, I never had the saving mindset because I was like, when mom's money finishes, my dad's money is going to come in. When my dad's money comes in, I can just ask mom to send me money. Like, life was... And I even remember, like, even with Ostans, me, so my high school friends, they'd always in high school be like, Lancy pays for all the things because she has the money all the time.
Yeah.
Because we'd go out, for example, for like wimpy breakfast. I'd be like, my dad's going to send us the money, don't worry. I'd pay for everyone's breakfast. But I'm saying, at the time, yes, it was fun. And like, I had a great time. And it was, rich kid life. It didn't teach me how to handle money at all, because to me, money was always coming.
I guess.
It was never going. It was always coming.
I'll say for me, even the kids, because we went to a school with a lot of privileged kids, like everyone around us was super rich.
Yeah.
So I think there was also that pressure, added pressure, like that. You see how you're like, you go somewhere, we were around people like that 9 to 5 all the time. And since like my sister and I were at the same school from when we were literally like 4 years old to matric, that's what we had known all our lives. So it was also a thing with money where it was always a thing of, we need to also understand that these people and us are not the same.
Different
like these people are completely different to us. They can afford to do whatever they want all the time, whenever they want to do it. Whereas we
kids on living.
Listen, we need to think about, okay, wait, like where are we going to get this cash? And there's only one person going to give us cash. And like, justice for her cash is going such a long way.
So many places.
Cash is drifting so far. So we also need to be mindful. Like that's why I really wouldn't ask for much. My sister was kind of the same. That's also like when we could like get small little vacation jobs and stuff like that, we'd do it because we're just like, you know what, whatever we can do
to make that right,
get a little bit of extra cash and not have to ask. Because I think that's even where I get that not asking people for things now. It's like I've always just wanted to do things for myself because I already know like I get that my sister's spreading herself thin here, so let me do what I can do cash wise at least to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And then for varsity, how did you feel like now when you are able to manage your own money? And like, because I feel like that was for me the first time where I'm getting a set allowance, lump sum, and see to finish for the month.
Use your brain.
So what are you gonna do with it? How did you feel like going to varsity now changed your relationship with it? And how do you feel like your upbringing now shaped the way that you were moving when you had to now manage your own money?
Oh, perfect story time. I'll never forget. I think it was like the first 2 months of varsity first year. So I was staying with my friend. At the time, we were roommates, right? I think my mom had sent me like 1.5, right? Good and well, that day I was eating McDonald's every week. Like,
I'm actually so every week eating McDonald's with your 1.5.
And it was in conjunction with the freedom of like, now when I feel like a McFeast, I can just go get it.
That's actually the other thing.
I don't have to ask mom.
Stuff that you absolutely don't need.
You don't need. So that first month, me and my friend, we would blow that money. We'd go to like the restaurants and brown those little ones, slide pints, order a pizza, order a little cocktail. By the second week of that month, and I was like, oh shit, what actually happens now? I called my mom. She was like, what did you think was going to happen?
What did you think was going to happen, Queen?
She gagged me. I called my dad and he was like,
gagged.
Figure it out. This was the amount we both discussed. And I was like, oh my God, I have to be responsible. How do you do this? After that, it's like, we would take out those groceries, cooking that chicken, cooking that meat, boiling those vegetables. Like, that was the first month where we really, like, realized it. So after that, it was so tough. I don't want to lie to you, to tell yourself, this is what we're doing for the week. You're eating like this. You're eating noodles today. Tomorrow, you're eating McDonald's like maybe once in 2 weeks. When it's a good time, that's when you're going to have it. You're stretching those groceries. That's just what the life was. You being a student. To the point where I remember go pay airtime and I'd be like, yo.
I know that thing, guys.
I don't get airtime right now.
Everything. Like everything. Just finished. And I feel like for me at varsity, because which was nice, we had like, you could eat at school. So it was like a catering, what. So honestly, for the first 2 years of my varsity, my pocket money, and I was, again, since from high school, I was a frugal person in general. Like, I really wasn't blowing my money like that.
Yeah.
I was safe. Like, in fact, I felt kind of rich. And mind you guys, I was not getting a lot of pocket money. Pocket money was less than 2,000 Rand. Like, I was literally getting nothing per month. But I was living my life like it was so golden. Obviously, also, when you get to varsity, boys and stuff are going to buy stuff for you. So
hello. Pretty privileged too.
Everything was safe. Like, my money, it even went towards like me starting my YouTube channel. I was putting my money towards buying myself a camera and other stuff like that. And also, I was working in varsity as well. I was working as a student front desk assistant. I was working, like I was doing what I need to do to stack my money, like whatever. And I wasn't using my money. I don't know what the hell I was using it on, but I wasn't using it like on like stuff. But then when I started making YouTube money, that's when I started to get insane. When it came to money, like that's when I started. You were bouncing off the manuals. Because at the same time, it kind of felt like easy money to me, because at that point I was doing YouTube just for the hell of it, like for fun. People were sending me, like, that's when I started getting bright lights. People were sending me stuff. That's when my shopping addiction started.
Because you didn't have like bills.
I didn't have bills. Like I didn't have much to spend on. And I guess when you start getting into the influencer industry and like you want to start doing hauls, you want to start doing that's when you now start to justify purchases that also don't make sense. Like maybe you are doing the hauls, but it's like now I can justify buying stuff for a haul because I know I'm making the money back. Back then, you're buying the money for the hauls just because you want clothes. You just want to have clothes.
And you need to know that, sweetie.
Understand that the only reason you're buying is... So that's when I realized that, no, wait. I'm losing my mind slightly. Like now is when that's when I started to be very frivolous with my money. Probably it was starting like towards second, third year, moving into my honors. Like I was a bit sick.
That's when you were like, time's up.
I was a bit sick and I realized...
We'll buy another one.
Well, that was me. We'll buy another one. And I was like, you know what? If you don't nip this shit in the bud,
it's going to be... For me, actually, it was during the YouTube time, when I started doing hair reviews, right?
Yeah, that hair review
money.
That's too sweet.
I would use that to go to Jameli. And that's what it was for. Like, it was very... My money's coming in tomorrow. Yeah, at Jameli, there was no responsibility.
Money.
I'm buying this. Yes, it was quick, relatively easy money. On top of that, I'm wearing a dope-ass wig. Like, hello, life is so sweet.
You have money and you have a new wig. You are.
I'm going to Jameli with that and that money. I'm going out. But I feel like then... I'd say 2019 was when I was like, oh, money's getting a little bit serious around here. Especially because 2019 was when I moved out. No, I moved out before, but my dad was covering everything, right? 2019 was when he was like, since you decided to stop doing school,
bye,
all the best, sweetie. So now rent and stuff was looking at me. I said, this is what you niggas are doing? That's crazy.
You niggas are doing.
I'm thinking life is so sweet.
Yeah.
It's not sweet anymore. Now, I'm even planning hair reviews to be like, I need to do at least 3 so that I can pay rent and have some change. And mind you, the change doesn't mean Jameli. Jameli means I'm a fan of paying for change. I can't pay for the Jameli pool myself anymore. So the transition started to be like, all this easy money is actually... showing me there's no such thing as easy money. It's the responsibilities that will less. The minute the responsibilities start to go up,
the money becomes less easy.
The money is less easy. Even the hair reviews, you start getting lazy to do them. Because you feel redundant, repeating the same thing about hair. But like, I have bills to pay. Like, I have...
And I'm sure, like, even when people didn't like watching the hair reviews, I'm like, yes, guys, because I must do them.
I must do them.
And I also was in that era when I first moved to Joburg, because I did my mom was paying for my school fees, my accommodation, everything.
Yeah.
Until I moved to Joburg and she was like, since you moved to Joku Queen,
All the
she was
best.
still paying for my school fees, to be fair, but everything else, she was like, it's on you. She was paying for my school fees and my rent. So like my day-to-day monies were on my own. So that's when I was pushing out hair reviews, like my life depended.
Joe.
And my life did depend on it though.
No, it did. Like when the comments were like, "Oh, these hair reviews are so boring." Oh, just
I gotta get this watch.
On top of that, our YouTube doesn't even pay, especially then it was worse.
Like,
I have to do the
I
hair
gotta
reviews.
get this watch.
Get
Like
this
I'm
watch.
gonna need some groceries
That's
today.
when you started to appreciate every single penny.
Exactly. That's when I started to realize, but Jongani, easy money, how easy is it? And also, we need to be mindful when we're spending money. We need to budget money. That's when I started having those realizations of, okay, now you need to be more mindful because as quickly as money comes in right now, it's leaving. So no, the day it comes in, hamba.
Literally.
So now is when I realized, okay, now we need to figure out how we're going to manage finances in a way where now it's not just money's coming and going the day it comes. Like there's actually money for a rainy day. There's a little, and the thing is, like, as I said, like growing up, I knew I had all those like lessons and knowledge instilled in me already. It was a matter of I needed to now apply it. But also I get people when they say like, I don't have money, so I can't save. I was at that space. I also think like, will you just have enough money to get through the month? I don't have that 20% of your income to save. Ayiko.
We literally don't have. There was a time, and one of my uncles sat all of us down as a youth, and he was like, "Okay, when you guys get paid, 20% is this, 20%." We all looked at him.
Where
like,
is it?
Where's that 20, baby?
I'm gonna need
Easy
that.
for you to say, but like, I need that 20 right now to pay for like my car or something.
I need it in the bills of this month. Like not of the. You talking about an emergency fund? The emergency is this month. It's getting through the month.
Sometimes you do save, and then let's say I save this month, if you figure emergency next month, that saving went out immediately after. Like, at the end of the day. But obviously, if you can, shout out to you, save.
No, but if you can, like, you see, like at the space, I feel like that we're at now I can save comfortably and get back to my knowledges of how to actually spend money and how to budget or whatever. Although I still feel like in this industry that we're in, budgeting is so hard because you never know, like, how much money, in the sense of, yes, you know you'll have money, but, like, how much money do you have? How much wiggle room do you have? Even when it comes to paying yourself, figuring out a number that makes sense every single month is tough because some months demand a lot of you. Other months demand nothing. So you can save your whole salary. The next month So it also, though, does require you to be able to budget in the sense that you need to have savings available as much as you can at all times.
As much as you can,
because at the same time, is it easy?
It's really not, especially like for me in this industry, I feel like I always do really well in the second half of the year, right? So well, life is my oyster, right? The first year, because they haven't closed off the financial year, campaigns are slow, whatever. That's when the real planning and stuff comes into play, right? So that's where the salary that you pay yourself has to make sense. And also you have to leave room for, if I don't get paid next month, can I still pay myself the same salary the following month? Then I can't save anymore because now I'm using the savings to fill up my salary so that it's a consistent salary. Because at the end of the day, we need credits and things like that, right? So because the first half of the year is usually slow, my saving mind kicks in a lot more where I'm like, okay, delegate. What can we do? What can we not do? Sometimes there's nothing where you're like, actually, what I have now has to get through the month. What I have at the end of the month has to get through there's no extra stuff. There's no things to do for fun. It is what it is. Till it starts to pick up again, then you plan again. So it's almost like for me in this industry, you actually have to be always on, but more specifically the beginning of the year when the financial year is still
shaky. I had this conversation, I don't remember with who, but I had it last week where I was like, it was when I was speaking to another influencer at the event. And we're speaking about how, like, we're both saying that thing of second half is where, like, a lot of us make most of our money.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, now I really had to, in the past 2 years, had to shift my mind to the fact that, okay, it's fine if you take a little time off, like, in the middle of the year, maybe like May, June, July, if you want to take it. But when it comes to second half, you need to be on your ground and make as much money as you can. But then, even when you've made that money, don't think that, I'm so rich now, I'm going to blow it. Take that money and make sure that for every single month of the first 6 months of the year, at least the first 5 months, full 5 months, you're able to pay yourself
the
this
same
exact
salary
money every single month. Have enough money in your bank account to pay yourself the exact same money. And even if you're just focusing on your expenses, to say, okay, this is how much my expenses are for every single month. Let me make sure that every single month I can pay my rent, I can do my groceries, I can do my Wi-Fi. I can do my car, whatever it is that you feel like are your expenses for the month, so that you're not always on edge about money. Because I feel like that is the
so
biggest anxiety of life. And I've been in places like while I've been in the industry after school where I have really like been like, how the hell
what's gonna happen now?
will I be going to the next month? And one thing about me is I really don't like asking people for money. I hate credits down. Like I don't even like credit cards. Yeah. If I have a credit card thing, I have to pay it off immediately next week, 2 weeks time. Like I really don't like it. And that's not to say that credit is a bad thing or asking for it. It's really not a bad thing. Also because a lot of the times like you need it in order to like play in a lot of different fields. If you want a car, a house, like you need those things. You need to be able to build a habit of borrowing money and
because it makes you look like a reliable
Exactly, but it is really hard for me because I don't like having things on my back, specifically even with the industry that we're in. It goes back to even the car. The reason why people keep asking, why would you buy a car cash? But it's like, I didn't want that anxiety. That anxiety was going to kill you. And I didn't want that.
And it's important to identify what your things that you can handle are. Like for the next person, knowing that, for example, I can pay a big deposit to make sure my car installments is less because that's what I can handle. The next, I'd rather not pay at all every month. The next, I'm comfortable to pay the full installments every month. You have to also figure out for yourself what it is that you can manage financially that won't give you anxiety. But even though in this Joburg, people don't have anxiety.
Nobody has anxiety, actually.
Paying for things
only financial
they can't.
People are going out with you. They are having a full meal. When it's time to pay, silence.
Oh, now you're ordering. Someone is like, please can you also add me onto the Gemalabani? Like guys in Joburg, people really have no financial anxiety. Like people just go out, spend that money, buy cars, buy all these things, design, and it's like, guys, you don't have it, so why?
Exactly. And I feel like it's really important to live within your means for as much as you can. And specifically in our industry, you need to live below your means.
Below.
Because once you be living at your means or above, that's when you're going to you're on a slippery slope. So I feel like it's really important for people to learn to live within their means, even if that means you can't do everything all the time. Because I feel like that's another thing. It's like, and it's really important to realize that in life, sometimes you must stay behind. It's not every lunch you have to attend.
Nope.
It is not every event you have to attend. It's not every event that needs a new outfit. Sometimes go into that wardrobe and find an outfit. And I'm also speaking to myself while I say this, guys. I am also dragging myself, but really and truly it's important to understand that if you want to have long-term financial goals, there are sacrifices that are going to need to be made. And it's important to understand that just because you have money doesn't mean you need to blow it. Like, it does not mean you must do
just
everything.
Just because it's there doesn't mean you need to spend it.
It doesn't mean, like, specifically, I think it's important to actually have financial goals and actually ask yourself that what do you want to achieve yourself financially for the year, for the quarter, for the week, for
don't
the
just
month.
raw dog
Don't
situation.
Exactly. I feel like that is why people get to a space where they blow their money unnecessarily, because you don't know what your goals are.
You're moving blindly,
or you don't have, and you don't know. Do you want to have a car? What car do you want? Do you know how much is that car? Do you know what the installments are?
How much is the full tank?
How much is the full tank of that car? Do you have credit card? Do you want to buy yourself a new house?
Yes.
Do you want to buy your parents a house? Because I know like a lot of people have black dads, and we are lucky enough to not have it in a huge extent. But of course, like you want to help out your family where you can. You send them. You have to understand like what do you want to do for yourself, and make sure you have a plan to get there, so that when you get to a place where you're at a better financial position or where you're making a good amount of money, you don't get to a place where you're that person who had all the money and had all the cars and had all the things.
I blew it.
And then now I blew it, essentially. You don't want to be a person that blew it. That's also
it's like what my favorite rapper Jay-Z once said. I don't agree, but he wasn't saying it in this like direct way, but he was like, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. He obviously didn't
think he's right. Sorry
if you can't buy your car twice, you can't afford it. That's not what he means. But he means like if, for example, there's something like a dress that you want to buy. If you can't buy that dress twice, you cannot afford it.
He's right.
That's the reality of the situation. And a lot of people are cooking him, and I'm like, you guys are not looking at it from the perspective of, he's not saying if you can't buy a yacht twice, you can't afford it. Duh. He also is going to buy $1 billion yacht once. Like, of course. But with certain things, you have to ask yourself, can I actually afford this? If I bought this twice, would I still be comfortable? Yes, so I can afford it.
Also, if I buy it once, am I left with 300 rand to get me through the month? Maybe let me not, specifically when it's something that is a want. And
yes, like if it's a leisure thing.
Yes, if it's a leisure thing, like chill on it. Also, let's bring back the notion of like saving up to buy something. This thing of because you get money now, you have to buy it today.
Now,
you don't need to. Like, I feel like delayed gratification is perfectly okay.
It's okay.
Like you can also put monies towards something and be like, you know what, if like I save this much over this amount of period, I'm going to buy myself
I'm
this
buying
bag.
those sneakers.
You don't need to buy it this month. Like, what's
You
the
really don't
about
have
this
to.
month?
It's going to be there in 2 months. Like,
Yes,
it will be
unless
there.
you can afford it and you have the cool. But I'm saying, like, if you're a person who, but even if you can afford it, I still feel like we need to be mindful about expensive purchases and be mindful, especially if we have financial goals. It's not everything you need to buy all the time immediately.
And there's obviously
Practice
like
delayed gratification.
like umcimbi or something randomly
Comes
pops up
up.
and you need an outfit for it. Good and well, that makes sense. Or just life things like your tire breaks or whatever it may be, something in the house and you have to get it there and then. Sure, you don't plan for those things. Life happens. But when it comes to, like we said, leisure things, think twice before you make that decision.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to regret it. I do get it though sometimes where you're like, damn, I didn't buy it and now it's out of stock and now it's gone. You'll survive it though.
You'll actually live.
You'll actually survive.
If you needed that bad, you would have gotten it immediately.
And that 1,000 rand that you saved last month ended up going to something else.
Yes.
Probably you didn't regret
But also, let's talk about this thing that you and I always speak about of patching. I think it's
In which
the
context?
opposite, girl. I think it's the opposite of like that thing of like you are a delayed gratification person in the sense of like luxuries, or is it the opposite? I don't know. Anyways, the patching situation, for context, is basically when you get unexpected money, the first thing you're thinking about is always your needs, and you're never putting your wants ever in the room with you. Like, you buying yourself something nice is a thing you ask yourself like 50 times. As it's like, bro,
Like, did I earn
justice for you? Can you buy yourself something nice right now? Because what are you working for? Type of thing. So what do you feel is a way that like you can kind of combat it or try to
To me, I'm not because I'm patient.
Guys, I swear, unexpected money,
Guys,
other people are buying a Louis Vuitton bag, Tina. Patch it.
Like, no, literally. Or with it, like, guys, I can't even lie to you. Zama and I suck at this thing. For example, there's a time you wanted to buy a bag, right?
Yeah.
I had to beg Zama. I was like, Chomi, nothing's going to happen. Please buy the bag. Because if you don't buy the bag, you know what's going to end up happening, which is what we cook ourselves about all the time. The money that we go out to go Jameli, Tempo, Club Como, it accumulates to that coach
You could have
bag.
just bought the bag.
You could have bought the bag. You could have bought the Louis Vuitton necklace. You could have, like, it ends up building up because you keep patching. Whereas it's like, buy yourself something nice every now and then. But the patching thing, I need your advice more than
Yeah, you guys
anything.
used to give us your advice.
No. How
Patching for our lives.
to not patch. Like, I don't know how to do it. When I get a big amount, my mom's like,
So I'm thinking about my needs, not my wants.
what do I need to do? What do I need to
If
cover?
I
What
get
can
like
I
a
save?
lump sum, I'll
What
be
can I-
thinking about, should I pay my rent for the next 6
Yes. I'm like, should I do this? Pay 3 times? My
it.
car 3 times? Hello?
I am not thinking about the fact
Who in my family
I
needs
want a
money?
bag.
Let me help you now.
Yeah.
There's a time
Who
you need
needs
it.
cash?
I can help you. I can help you now. Like, that's all I'm thinking. Oh, Ulandi wants that nice bag.
She's not gonna get it. Sorry, go ahead. Like,
Back of the room, the back of the audience.
yeah, but it's really hard, and I feel like you need to come to a place where it's like you need to be able to manage both.
Yeah.
Like, be able to spoil yourself, but also be guide. Like, don't be like me, who's fucking spoiling themselves every 5 seconds of your life. Well, when I used to, don't be that
say
person.
justice for you.
No, Chomi, I was saying when I used to be
Yeah.
that person, don't be that person either,
Yeah.
because then you'll be looking at the end of the month asking yourself, where the hell did all my money go?
And that feeling.
It
And you go into the banking app and you double check. It is you.
And
no one
it's the point
scammed
where
you.
you open your bank app and you can't look. You're looking like this.
To me, with
Because
one
you don't
eye
wanna see. And
open.
the thing is, the person who spent your money is
Is you.
Like,
when you check the transactions, no one scammed you.
No one
eh?
scammed you.
You did buy that bag. You did buy that cocktail. You did go out with the girls.
do you get it?
You
Like,
did go to Durban.
and you did go to Durban, and you know what? No regrets.
No
You
regrets.
did.
However, that
That's-
dent,
yeah.
you made it. At the
You
end
made
of the
it.
day.
It's important to also not get to a place, where now you can't even face yourself because of the financial ruin you find
Yes,
yourself in.
yes.
Also be guided.
Another thing, sorry, Trim, that I wanted to speak on was, which is the thing that came to light for me in like our friendship, was, which I've spoken about on this channel before, when you buy something, especially something that's expensive, you need to ask yourself, do you need the last number or do you need like just the need like to get by, right?
Yeah.
For example, we'll go back to the car thing. Do you need the Mercedes right now? Not necessarily. You could get a cute entry-level Kia Picanto Uber, right?
Or just something that you can
Something that you can afford, yes. It doesn't have to be the M2. Do you know what I mean? You also need to have the conversation with the things you buy to say, do I need this Louis Vuitton bag now? Maybe you still can get a designer bag. Maybe go to Coach. Maybe go to Gucci and get that little smaller one. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it doesn't mean don't get a nice item, but get one that's within your means. You don't need to get the last number, last item, because a lot of the time people feel like, I'd rather get the best thing and get nothing. Does it make sense? But to me, it's like you can still get a nice thing. That's not the last number.
I agree.
Because one day you'll be able to get that super scrumptious
And
one.
even if you want that last number, again, even if it takes you a year, 2 years to save up for it, good and well,
fine.
that's also fine. Because I get what you're saying. Like, settle that urge that you have for a bag in your hearts for now, while you're working towards the last number bag. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, no one's saying you're not going to have it ever.
Yes.
But couple bamba, something.
That instant gratification mixed with imali doesn't work, guys. You will take an L. Like, you will.
Every single time
you'll take an L.
Sorry to say.
If you mix instant gratification and imali, it just doesn't work. You have to think.
You have to think about it. So
you have to adult.
What advice would you give for like our younger selves and someone who's watching who could be our younger self, who was in that place we were in university, contrasted to where we are now, looking at it in hindsight, being like, okay, fair, you're at this place, you're at this situation, we've been there, but here's what I would advise you to do going forward so that you don't get to a place where you make stupid decisions with your cash and then you unlearn some of those habits that could really be detrimental to you in the long run.
I think for me, mainly because, and I always say this to Zama, I wish I learned about saving as early as Zama did because I saw the effects of it in my adult life as a result of not knowing what saving is. It's almost like you're just constantly chasing money because you're trying to figure it out. I don't know how to save. I have no knowledge on saving. They don't teach us saving in high school. They need to bring that into schools. I get it. Sex education is also important, but as fucking the money education, as fucking even things like taxes.
Taxes.
Why don't we know how to do taxes?
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to learn that from? Do you know what I mean? So I think if I could tell my younger self, I'd be like, ask around on how to save. Like, knowing how to save is not just taking 20 rand and putting it in a piggy bank. It's actually way more complex than that. There's so many
but it can even
factors
start there.
to that. Yes, it can start there, but it can start there. I would have loved to learn what it takes to save, and that saving doesn't necessarily mean you need to have a lot of money to have it. You can even save 5 rand a month. Any amount is enough and it'll accumulate and become something at some point. So I think my advice would be, don't expect saving to only start happening musune mali. Like, save as little as you can, even if it's 5 rand, put it in a cool, those Coke, cool drink things. It eventually accumulates and becomes something. Save as much as you can. Don't wait till you have a lot of money. And also, don't be afraid to ask questions in terms of like the adults in your life. Yes, money is a taboo topic, especially in black families. But I think a saving question is safe. Like to ask your uncles and aunts, like, Baba, how would you think I should go about saving as a student? Like, as much as I only get 2.5 a month, would you say like doing this much? Should I get a job? Ask the questions. Don't just go through life blindly, because trust me, take it from me, it really does catch up to you when you're older. And now you're looking at your friends that are really good at saving and really good at handling money, and you're like, why don't I not know what to do? Because you only started knowing what money is now, like, or how money works now. You need to know from back then. So by the time you start actually making a significant amount of money, you do have some sort of idea of what to do. So yeah, that's what I think
that's brilliant advice.
What would you say as the saver?
Hey man, because even my mom, when we were growing up, would always say like, there's no money that's too little to save. When I tell you, my mom was even, she was one person, even going back to your second point about don't be afraid to ask. My mom was also that person of anyone who needed financial advice on anything. And she's not a financial, like, she did study finance at some stage, but she's not like a financial professional. But she would give anyone advice, whatever. My helper if she needed help. My sister, like cousins, whatever. If anyone needed help, she would give you. And again, going back to your point, like, there's no amount that is too little to save. If you have 10 rand, save 1 if you can. Save 2 if you can. Save 3. Just to have a little bit of an extra something, to not be like that money came and you blew it. If you can, of course, guys, of course. But also mine would be, again, be open to asking people. It doesn't only have to be your family. Even if it's your friends, even if you advance to with people who others are doing finance, ask them questions to be like, Chumi, listen, this is my first time. My parents didn't teach me about money. Help me. Specifically if you're in university, I feel like you're in the perfect place to have friends who will help you and who will really be able to grow you. And you can grow them in other ways. But I feel like it's really important to also get advice from your peers. I think there's nothing wrong with asking them, especially if they are really willing and open to help you. I think that's really, really good. Another thing I would say is yeah, guys, just manage your money well. Like, also learn the art of budgeting. Make sure that you are always taking care of your expenses first, needs and wants later. Delayed gratification is so okay.
Uvume ukusala. That's my thing. Like, yes, we're young and like we should be living life and like, ooh.
Yeah.
But sometimes uvume ukusala. Like, you don't have to be in everything.
Be okay with having things a little bit later, delaying things. Sit on decisions, especially when they're big financial decisions. Sit on it for a month, 2 months, whatever, to ask yourself, how badly do I need this? Like, what is, when you buy an expensive bag, what's the cost per wear? If I'm buying this bag, I'm going to wear it once, every now and again. What does it make sense for how much I'm going to pay for it? Have those questions and like, have questions with yourself about big purchases, because I feel like that really like helps you when it comes to just life in general.
Really
not making rash decisions, being able to really make decisions and well-informed decisions without having regrets in the end, actually.
That's so true,
Yeah, that's it. But I hope you guys...
Sorry, Trumi.
No, go ahead.
Because I feel like you're better at saving than I am. Just in the context of Wiz right now.
Yeah.
What saving, like, even if it's entry level, saving advice would you give people on like how to put money away?
Okay, my advice on how to put money away.
Doesn't have to be intrinsic.
My first thing, and I want to preface, guys, this whole episode by saying we are not financial professionals.
Please.
This is not financial advice in the sense that go and seek a financial advice place.
Yeah.
Because this ain't it.
Go to someone professional.
Yeah, go to a professional. But my tips and tricks
just as girly.
Yeah, my girly pop tips and tricks would be when you get money, when you get your salary, 30% goes towards your expenses. 30-ish%. 20% should go towards savings every month. The rest you can see to finish. If it's 30 to 50 on your expenses, fair, but the rest you can see to finish. Make sure at least 20% you're saving if you can every month. That's always my goal. If I can save 20%, I'm safe. I feel like that's a really good one. Also, just be mindful about your purchases. I always do think about an expensive thing for a while. I will mull over it. How bad do I need it? Get advice if I need to. Are there other options? Let me see pros and cons, stuff like that when it comes to expensive purchases. What else? I think that's really it, hey?
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, the biggest thing is just like think about things before you buy them. Think about it and just make sure like even if you are at a point where you can't save 20%, save something.
Yes.
Save something. Get a savings account. Even if it's one of those like 32-day, 7-day, those ones where you can't touch your money without giving notice and you know the penalty to get the money. I think that's a really good option as well to make sure that... And if you have access to investments, I'd also recommend investments because I feel like my mom also put us onto that very early and I feel like that's also been a great way of just... Every single month, without us even thinking about it, we knew that a certain percentage of your money is leaving. As soon as it comes in, So I think that was also very good. And I've literally had that system on my bank account since I was in high school, where every month something's coming in, something leaving. Automating your saving is also a really good one.
I was about to say, you should have a saving option that doesn't require you to go like this. They just clips from you. But then it's like you're saving without saving because you're not even thinking.
You don't have to think about it. You know that every month, this money doesn't belong to me.
Yes.
You don't need to.
And I think another thing for me that works is having different bank accounts for different things. That works a lot for me because obviously we all handle things differently. For me, just to see the numbers, I prefer seeing it in different places. So if I have an account for the fun stuff, drinking, then I have my accounts for my expenses, the groceries, things like that, the debit orders, the Apple Pays, the Netflixes, stuff like that. Then I have an account for my savings and stuff where it's money where it's just chilling. And should, unfortunately, this industry decide to not pay me on time or like things are very slow, that's where I start to look. And then I spread it between the two bank accounts that are for the separate responsibility. Just so it's clear in my head where I'm standing. So, for example, if in my fun bank account, I can see 601.5 and Zama says dinner next week. Yes, in the other account, there's still maybe 6,000, but I'm not going to dinner because in the fun one, I only have doesn't make sense. But that's how it works for me to have a clear mind of where I'm at and where everything's happening. So that's my tip on my side.
Yeah, guys, but also share your tips in the comments. We'd love to hear what you guys feel like you would advise people in their 20s to do. If you have any crazy saving tips, we'd love to know
Like,
them. If you have any
please.
crazy, just like financial advice that people don't normally think of, I feel like we would love to hear that and see that. And I feel like let's grow each other as girls and
Yes.
let's grow each other
Please.
to become better and more financially responsible people. Because I feel like our parents a lot of the time didn't. The reason maybe that they didn't pass it on to us is they didn't.
They
have
also didn't know. Yeah.
so we can't not too much on them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Justice.
Yeah, but I think let's help each other be people.
Yes, all the finance girls and gays in the
Up
comments.
to the
please.
fans. Indingani, do you know that? Anyways, cuties, we are moving on to the next segment, which of course is our dilemmas. This is where we answer your guys' questions. Do not forget that you can DM us on our page, Bwis Pod, on Instagram. That is where I find all the dilemmas. And thank you so much to you guys who write us in every week. I love you guys. Down. We will consider adding more dilemmas to the episodes because I feel like not enough of you guys are getting your thanks.
And you guys love this.
You guys love this segment. Okay, let's move on to the first one. So it says, hey, Pwisties. So girl has a dilemma. I'm in my early 20s, very early that is, and I've not been in a relationship before, mainly because of fear and being hyper-focused on my studies. I know I'm still young and have a whole life ahead of me, but recently I feel like I'm just lacking when it comes to romantic parts of my life. It's giving non-existent. Also, all my girls being in relationships is really not helping me out. All they talk about is their men, and TBH, I wish I could relate. I hardly go out, and even when I do, it's like I'm invisible, Sana, and at this rate, I might as well be a loner forever. Abang Shelingani Dove. I'm pretty smart and really funny, so where's the problem, Bafanas? Is my crash out valid or should I just enjoy being single and free? Thanks, Bwisters.
You know what, girl? Your feelings are so valid because it can feel like that, especially when everyone around you is dating and you're getting older and you want to feel desired, especially because you're saying in your early 20s, you want to feel liked, desired, taken out, all that stuff. But izofika, like it's not a you thing. You don't have to change anything about yourself. If a man is attracted to you, he'll come to you. If it's the time will come. Yes, your friends are dating, but it doesn't mean like because they're dating, that means they're better than you at something or they're more attractive or they're doing something more right. It just happens to be their time for that. But like when it's your time, it'll come. Like don't personalize it at all. Sizo Gule kinda if we personalize this dating thing. It literally, this thing, there's no linear way that it moves. There's no blueprints. It's literally just your journey and how it happens to go. There's no way of making sure you date or making sure you start at this age or making sure you're in a relationship by this time or you've had this many boyfriends. Everything happens the way it just so happens to happen.
And you don't want to get to a stage whereby it's the only thing that's on your mind and now you're changing yourself to fit what you feel like a man would like. Because let me tell you, you do not want to be in a relationship with a guy who doesn't like you for
who you are.
Like you want whatever guy is going to like you to love you for the person that you are, not the person you want to be, because now you want to, you feel like boys like this, so you want to. No, I feel like there's someone for everyone.
Yes.
And not even just one person, there'll be a few
multiple
probably. So
like you don't want to get to the point where you do change yourself and niggas still don't like you.
That you want
work for us.
What have you done this for?
What have you done?
And also, like, you don't also, because you're saying you not like people don't desire whatever. You want to be desired but never loved all the way through.
The way,
my darling. That's also another thing you don't like, because that thing of wanting to be, that thing of wanting to be chosen, then they choose you, but then they bag Nisa in the choosing. No.
They choose you, but they only want to sleep with you. Like, being chosen is also overrated.
Yeah,
Let's wake that up. It's not that important
to be chosen. Being chosen is so like, because my thing is, maybe you're just not around the right type of people. You be around another group of guys, bring back choose it for what?
Yes.
What?
And then what?
Do you get me?
And also being chosen can also be draining because now you're spreading your energy throughout all these niggas who all don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, being chosen by being constantly desired, also it's not that, like, it doesn't give.
It really isn't that great,
It
guys.
doesn't.
It's overrated.
It will actually make you not loved all the way through.
I agree.
So for me, I feel like you are exactly how Lanzi was saying, you are exactly where you need to be right now. It is fine. It is well. Focus on yourself. Focus on enjoying your time alone. Because people always say there is a season for everything.
Yeah.
There's a season to be single. There's a season to be in a relationship. There's a season to be heartbroken. There's a season to laugh. There's a season to cry.
There's a hoe.
There's a season to hoe. There's this... Is there a season for that? But our point is, there's a season for everything in life.
Yeah.
So this is your season. Embrace it. This is not your friend's season. It's your season.
And trust me, once you do days, you're going to look back at this season and be like, that season kind of ends. Like, you must enjoy it for what it is. Yes, there's loneliness. We want some cuddles, some kisses. hey, some kisses and stuff.
Some kisses.
But eventually you will get those things.
Yes.
And then when you're in that situation, you realize there were also pros to being single.
100%.
To be
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to enjoy every season when you're in it. Because when you're dating, you'll be missing things about being single.
Yes.
When you're single, you miss things about being dating. So just be happy wherever you are when you're at it.
Khona owakho
Ozayo.
Fear not.
Okay, next one says, morning ladies. Kitswere matata.
Oh.
My very good friend is cheating on her partner, which is fine by me. Clearly she has a reason.
Okay.
And won't judge her. But now it's becoming a problem because she's using me to make a cheating ways, I think she means her cheating ways possible. Her first meet up with the new love of her life, as she calls him, she used me as an excuse to her partner that we're going out for lunch to go meet up with the guy. And now she's been making it a habit whenever she makes plans with him, she tells her partner those plans are with me. Mind you, I know her partner very well. We're not friends like that, but I don't appreciate what she's doing to him, even though my loyalty is, of course, with her. What also bothers me is the day she gets caught, which she will eventually, because she's kind of careless with this new romance, it will look like I've been the bad influence since I'm the single one here. I'm the only person who knows of these criminal activities. I don't want to lose her as a friend, but I also don't want to enable these ways. How do I tell her to stop using me in her entanglements without putting a strain on our friendship?
Just tell her.
I never put a strain in a relationship. It is what it is.
Then clearly you weren't really friends because you actually, if I'm voicing to you that your actions and behavior, which is Debbie, is starting to affect my life.
Yeah.
You're supposed to completely understand it because it's your choice to cheat and stuff, but it shouldn't affect other people.
Also,
why unfaga? So personally, I'm going to tell you to show me cheat, good and well, do your thing. Well, I wouldn't say that, but she said good and well.
To my future man.
I wouldn't say that, but I'm saying she's saying good and well. So since she's saying good and well, fine, do your thing. Yeah. However, now it's becoming weird for me, and also in terms of your man, yes, especially he's not my friend, but like I don't want him thinking I'm this tricky moving woman. What if my husband is friends with him one day? Like
it does happen like that. It will always be the single friend that catches
the smoke.
It is always going to be you. So I feel like you're so well within your rights.
Yeah.
Like, Jonga, do what you need to do, queen, but like
that's annoying.
Delete me off your stupid page, because at the end of the day, and also the thing is like, because you cheating. Like, what if I don't agree with cheating? Now you're putting me in your stuff.
No, I have to. It's not coming across as if I am agreeing with this.
No. Delete me off your page.
I understand, like, when she used it once or twice because, quick lunch here and there. But now if it's constant.
Yeah, I wouldn't appreciate that.
I'm basically part of this relationship at this point.
And I don't want that, because especially if you are now have put me in places where I've been with your man. Now you want me to laugh with him, and then I know about... But so like, you also making me insane. Because now
and for us,
I look very heavy because I'm laughing with your man. But I also know about your son.
I've done nothing wrong. Nah. Mind you, all I've done is be your friend.
I don't like that. Like, if you're going to do something like that and you've introduced me to a man, actually.
I agree, because now I look like an idiot to you.
And I feel mean. Like, that's so unnecessarily swag to the man.
And I don't want to be.
Yeah.
So cheat, I don't like that. Within your own
life,
your own
gangi.
But that friend, stop cheating, queen. She won't know herself.
And she doesn't know who she is.
If you're out there and you're cheating, stop cheating. Moving on to musings, this is where we tell you guys what we're listening to, as well as what the 20's are listening to. We have a playlist on Apple as well as Spotify. What are you listening to, ZX? And not Inazo.
You're going first, because I'm going to put Inazo on the thing.
That's so real. I actually discovered a new song.
Actually, let me just put...
Okay.
Because I keep listening to this album and I can't stop. It's probably from our conversation last week. Healing by Coco Say. Guys, I even listened to it again this morning. Guys, I can't stop listening to it again. It's on my rotation. It's such a good album.
That is ours.
I can't explain to you how good it is. I need you to go listen to it.
It makes me so nostalgic for like 2 years ago. But like...
We had such a good time.
We had a good time.
Guys, please go listen to it for myself.
No, like right now. Shout out to Coco SA right now.
We love you so much, King.
I discovered a new song yesterday. It's a South African R&B artist. Her name is Nyota Parker. The song is called Worth It, featuring the artist from last week, J. Jody. So I feel like it was a suggestion because I listened to that album.
Fair.
It's such a good song. It sounds very US R&B type vibe. So if you like that K1 type stuff.
I like K1. I get K1.
I have to give her 10 every week.
But I was gonna say, I think we need to start diminishing the songs. Like, take out the songs we put in the beginning to add more songs. So we can make room for more pussies to add. Because we don't want the playlist to be like 1 million songs.
Because at this stage,
At the end of the year, it's gonna be 1 trillion songs.
yeah. So I'll start removing
Yeah.
so we can listen to the fresh stuff.
Yeah,
But
so that you
that's,
guys can keep suggesting stuff.
that's what I'm listening to this week.
Love that. Show me R&B vibes. We're giving but both of our music's giving like chill vibes.
Yeah, like nothing is doof.
Yeah, guys. At the end of the day, Sabanda. So there's not much doofing happening except for us in Durban this weekend. Anyway,
Well, this weekend is polio, so I'll be
doofing for
listening
our
to
lives.
that.
Yes.
This coming weekend,
we'll be chilling.
Polinsky. Yes, sir.
Chilling. Guys, thank you so much, Mingid. Yet again to the end of another episode. I hate to see it. You hate to see it. We hate to see it. But unfortunately, it is here once again.
All good things come
Of
to
course,
an end.
guys, don't forget to like, to comment, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you once again for 30K. We're on the road to 40, so do a real thing and subscribe. If you guys are listening to us, what's good, Buesties? Do not forget to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcast, as well as to rate our podcast. Let us know what you guys think so that more people can find our lovely sisterhood, okay? More people need to be involved.
Sisterhood,
No people need to come to the girls'
meeting.
yeah. But guys, with that being said, we have to love and leave you. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.